to my channel. All right, so another faceless one, but this one is very important. This is touching on the topic of codependency again. I don't even know what happened when I tried to do the description for this, so I might have to do this uh part ahead of time. I mean later on. But I'm talking about some codependent. Like, listen, I'm in a situation where I'm starting to date, and beyond tough out there. Like the word tough isn't even like put it doesn't put anything on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. But this is one thing that I am noticing, and it's important. Like if you really want to change dating, for those of us that grew up in the 80s and 90s, and we know what dating should look like based on how we grew up, like when it was the days where we grew up in the 80s and 90s, right? Like where when you were interested in somebody, like you just showed that person interest. Like, you know, you would never really think about playing somebody and like having more than one person behind your back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those I'm talking about those days when you were accountable for things. Like we didn't have to go that hard to figure out that we were dating the right person or not. You know what I'm saying? Because accountability was basically a part of the package no matter what. And what I notice is that people, and I'm not saying men or women specifically, it's not a gender specific thing at all, right? For me, it's for me uh it's the fact that one of the things that's easiest. I'm going on. I need to get to the fucking point. All right, so what I'm saying here is that when you decide to start dating a person, period, like one of the very first questions that we have to start asking people is what does your social media look like, period, point blank. There's no reason why, like I know people might get attitude, people might get mad, people might, but if you're getting emotional like that about something that important, it's probably because you want to have a lifestyle where you're able to keep some of that connection secret. I'm talking about connection with other individuals, to where so many people are doing it that it looks like it's normal, but it's not fucking normal. It's not normal when you're dating to. It's not normal when you're dating to have other people in the background in your life that you can still be engaged with and in touch with. And you know what I'm saying? You got all these people on your social media that you're following. When they post updates of what they look like or what they're doing or whatever it is, you get a notification about it, whether you want to get one or not, or whether you're thinking about them or not. You know, it's like shit that is designed to keep us distracted. It keeps us distracted. Um, it keeps us distracted because we're always getting notifications about other individuals. Like, why do we even need to allow something to program us to the point where we're not even really thinking about the thing that matters the most when we're in a committed relationship with somebody? You know what I'm saying? Or we had a phase of our lives where we were, careless and reckless with the people that we followed and people that we engaged with and things like that. But when you enter into a committed relationship, I personally think that I'm talking about a serious relationship. Like it's gonna go somewhere. Like you're making plans already to be with somebody. Like it doesn't have to be that deep, but by the time it's at that stage, you should be able to feel comfortable with the way that your partner is moving in the background. Like if you can't even fucking ask them questions about who you talk to, or you're not allowed to see their friends list, or you're not allowed to, like, that doesn't make no sense, because this is a person that you're making plans with, like purchasing a house with, having a future with. You mean to tell me that you don't get to know what other type of interactions they're involved with? Like, come on, get the fuck out of here. People are trying to gaslight people so much to the extent now we're talking about, oh, dating in this world is so messed up. Like, that's why. Because people aren't asking those questions that seem like they're hard. Oh, I don't want to ask them. I don't want to seem like, why would you not? What do you think you're seeming like? You're seeming like somebody who wants to make an informed decision. And you have the right to know before you even enter into a relationship with someone what their social life entails. Like, because the way that we communicate in 2024 and 25 and, whatever, is completely different than it was in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? Before we had the internet and before people started talking to people that they would never have imagined talking to before they would, like, when we didn't have the ability to communicate and connect on the levels that we do. Now it's different. So we deserve the ability to look at all the information we have before us, all of it. That means how you interact with other individuals on social media. You know what I'm saying? Are you following 5,000 women? Are they all women that, expose themselves on a physical level? You know what I mean? Like, I get to decide. Like, if I see a trend and it makes me question the type of personality you have when it comes to commitment, then you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you have a problem with that if you're not trying to stay entangled in that type of lifestyle? If you're not trying to stay entangled in that type of lifestyle, then you should. First of all, no one should have to tell you that, yo. Once you start to mature to the point where you're not trying to follow all these women, you're strictly focused about business and your family as your priority. Like, all the rest of that shit gotta go. Like, you're not going out to the clubs and doing all that kind of shit no more. So you're staying out. So you're updating accordingly. And that's what I'm talking about. If somebody's gonna give you a huge ass problem because you don't like how they put hearts on women that got fucking cleavage all out, they put, come on, or they putting hearts on dudes that got their private part prints out. Come on, man. You know dang well what I'm talking about. And if you, half of the people watching this or anybody that's hearing this, you're gonna, if you, all you gotta do is think to yourself, like, has my man, do I actually look through your person's photographs? Look through things that they're tagged in or things that they've liked. Look through those things just to see. Like, some people will be shocked as fuck to see their significant other social media. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you should be able to look at ahead of time. And that's accountability in and of itself. Because if you decide that you're going to be with someone that's completely transparent about how they conduct themselves in front of your face and otherwise, you need to be able to make that decision. Like, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying you can't investigate whether a person drinks alcohol or does drugs or anything like that beforehand. Like, why wouldn't you have the ability to do that? So, what's the difference? When this comes to how they interact with other individuals, or you're looking at other women's pictures, you're looking at other dudes' intimate photographs online. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're liking all that. So I didn't think that you was that type of woman. Like, I thought you was the type of woman that valued having a family, and you know what I mean? Like, or I didn't think you was that kind of man. Like, I thought you was the kind of man that, you're all about your wife. Next thing I know, you got like 452 women that you're following, and they all got swimsuits, boobs out. Come on, we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're not following sports teams and things that show what your normal hobbies and likes are. Like, things like that. And even that's going to, like, overboard. People just taking shit overboard, and they're like taking a mile when they only need an inch, and they're just doing stupid things. These things are completely avoidable, and Everyone should be held accountable. That's how you expose the individuals that are doing shit that they don't have any business doing. Just look at their social media, period. Look at the things they're following. Look at the things the people that they're following, the people that they're into. I don't care. I'm not trying to be embarrassed. If somebody clicks on my man's profile and sees that he's been looking at mad different fucking women on social media, but then I'm listed as we're engaged or we're in a relationship or we're married. That makes me look like an idiot. I'm not your cum bucket. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to look at all them women and entertain all them videos and Instagram and Facebook and whatever else there is. You don't get to do that and tell me like it's just gross, man. Like I don't even know. Like people and you're gonna fight hard to keep that shit. And says, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're dating. Yeah, I'm not even interested in nobody else like that anymore. Let me get rid of all that bullshit that I was looking at before we got in a relationship. Let me fix that shit. That's like it's cut and dry, it's simple. It's not even hard. It's not hard, and it's something that we should all require. You know what I'm saying? We should. If you have an attitude about that, that's a red flag. Because I definitely don't have no attitude. First of all, whether I'm single or not, I'm not following any men. I don't click like and hearts and all that shit on indecent photographs of men. Like I've never done that, so I wouldn't have nothing that I have to worry about cleaning up. But if I had ever done anything like that, and my partner was to be like, babe, can you get rid of that? I'm gonna get rid of it. Of course, I'm gonna get rid of it because that's not who I am now. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I like. And I would never want a person to have a reason to reach out to me and say, oh, yo, I know it was 10 years ago, but you remember you put a heart on my. Nobody's going to forget that. When people look at their old photographs and they see who put hearts on it, like that might even help them pique their curiosity, but then they're going to reach out to you and be like, hey, how you doing? How's it going? You know what I mean? That just, but no, you got to get rid of all those connections or possible connections when you enter into a relationship that you should be able to be completely transparent with your partner. Like once you get to that point with somebody and you gotta fight for your social media, oh nah, I ain't getting rid of them people. I didn't that was a long time. Okay, I don't want to hear that shit no more, man. You still have access to it. You're still and we're not in order to prevent any misunderstandings, the easiest and the healthiest thing that you can do is purge those things. Like just get rid of it. Or you don't gotta get rid of your social media accounts. I want you to be able to be in touch with your family, with your children, with your moms, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, even all your friends you went to school with or ever worked with. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying you can't be in touch. I'm saying when you are following individuals and putting hearts on inappropriate pictures or account like those are the things I'm talking about getting rid of, not things that are not inappropriate. And I know I'm not sitting here like if you consider this type of conversation like all that, then that don't make no sense. That's like go through your person. So if you're the type of person that you don't want to be embarrassed because anybody can click on or find what a person's likes and then you don't want to be embarrassed by shit like that. Like you want to make sure that you know what type of person you're dealing with. I don't see nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? It don't make no sense. Yeah, look at all my shit. If we're in a relationship, you're supposed to be able to look at all my shit. And if there's something there that I might have put there or I might have interacted with a person beforehand and you caught one of that, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize it. Just be like, babe, yo, can you fix? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would it have to be a big deal? Nobody accused nobody not just fix your shit to match what you're like. If somebody was a go, if you start dating somebody, remember back in the days, or it don't even have to be about back in the days. Say like you're married, right? You guys are getting divorced and you part ways and all that, but you still got all your shit out. Your old wedding book, your wedding pictures, your toast glasses and all that. Like whatever memorabilia is still around your house. But you got a new person coming in. You mean to tell me you ain't gonna get rid of all that other shit that you used to have? You ain't gonna throw all that other stuff out. You just expect a new person to come into your life and see the old person's things, even if it wasn't somebody that you was with in a relationship, even if it was just that you was like you used to be one of them type of people that you got pictures of men hanging up, or you got pictures of like whatever it is, man. If you're but in this case, we're talking about you're holding on to people on social media that you have the ability to look like. If you're still holding on to them things, you're not ready for a relationship, for a committed, and that's gonna scare so many motherfuckers, and that's gonna make so many people cringe. Like, oh my god, because what are they gonna do with their obsessions that nobody really points out? Because everybody's making it normal. Not everybody, but people are making it seem like it's normal and it's okay, and they don't want to complain because they don't want to be. Why? Because you don't want to be alone. Like, knock it off. Start creating healthy minds. If you are demanding your person to let me see what you're really doing, and it's not accusatory, it's just so that you can make an informed decision, period. That's nothing to do with being accusatory. You know what I'm saying? That should be one of the requirements. If that's the kind of person you are, like I know that's the kind of person I am, so I'm not gonna feel embarrassed by that. I'm not being in a relationship with no dude that's following any excess of women that if it's not a person that's related or just a normal acquaintance from some point in your life before we met or whatever the case may be, relative, whatever. But you don't. Why would you be putting hearts all up on there? No, come on, man. Just knock it off. Stop trying to act like that. No, you want your woman to be putting hearts on dick pics of dudes or the way men. Come on, really? And she got like 5,000. So that means that goes to show you that's what she's spending time looking at some point in time. And if you're not entertaining that type of life, that's like people that are smoking whatever kind of people that are addicted to drugs. Like you're going to rehab, you're trying to change your life around. Do you think you're still going to keep the social media up that entails or just depicts individuals that are getting high or using drugs? You know what I'm saying? No, they're going to get rid of all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Getting rid of all those temptations. And it's the same, there's no difference. You still got pictures of casinos and fucking betting, whatever the hell you want to call it, but you're trying to be a recovering, or you're trying to live a life that doesn't involve those things because you're trying to beat away from it, but you're gonna still keep. No, you're not keeping that shit around. You're not entertaining that no more. You're gonna let people know that I don't do that no more. So you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be out to the club no more because I don't drink, or I'm not gonna like. There's certain things you're gonna change. Not only so that people don't uh, associate your reputation with that, but just because you don't want to be involved, you don't want to like you're a different person. So it's the same exact thing, man. If you don't want to be, if you're not the type of person, if you are the type of person that's ready to settle down with somebody, and you really about that life, then you gotta really think about that kind of shit. Like I'm not following 5,000 different dudes anymore that I don't even fucking know because I'm not single no more. Now it's about my man. Fuck that. Let me fix this damn profile. Period. Like I don't understand. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how I think it should be. Anyway, guys, I'm out. My arm hurts. Um, I'm gonna start doing these. I told you guys in the last few of these that I'm gonna start coming back on camera again. But I just had the surgery last month, and on my arm, it was a major one. So I haven't been able to like do my hair, do my makeup, and all that crap. And like you want to present yourself a certain way when you do any videos or whatever, or feel a certain way. And I'm not gonna be doing that until it's probably gonna take me a couple more weeks. But in the meantime, like when I start thinking of these things, I need to get it out. So I usually hit the record button and that's it. So if you got anything valuable out of anything I said, share it with somebody if you think they might need to hear it, or save it to your. Maybe you might need to hear it again, or you want to hear it again, or it sparked the idea. Conversate, like say whatever you got to say below. I'm not blocking no comments or nothing like that. Like give me some feedback, and if you don't like the video, say that too. But I do these like after I smoke a little bit of weed. Then I just sometimes I start thinking And until I do my podcast, I'm trying to like, I'll come back through these little indexed videos and maybe elaborate on them because I think they're important topics, but they usually don't pop into my head until, like not to the extent that they do, because, like I think about these things when I'm not high, but when I do smoke weed, like I'm just like, whoa, like 8 million times magnified. And I gotta get it out though. You know what I'm saying? Like I do have notebooks. I've done it my whole life. I usually write things down, but it's easier to do. And plus, I got some people that I could share these ideas with, and that maybe, might help somebody or just keep you from being bored. All right. See you in the next one. Love you guys. Subscribe. Go to my Instagram. Follow me on there if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you get to see what I look like. All right. So anyway, this is about like I guess the main thing I don't know if the title saved or not, but my main thing is, do you check the person's social media before you guys start dating to see like what kind of people they're following or what kind of people they're putting hearts on? You know what I'm saying? Do you make that decision when you first start to like, or do you wait until months into the relationship or years into the relationship and start seeing interactions between them and it's like, oh my, everything is blowing up? You know what I'm saying? And then they get to make excuses like, oh, well, you never checked before, you never say anything. Now all of a sudden you want to. I'm saying, get that shit out the way. They won't even be able to use that one as an answer. You know what I'm saying? In the very beginning, okay, cool. You look cool. I look good. We want to talk with each other. We think we got a lot of things in common. But hold up, let me see your social media now. Let me see what kind of. And then you find out they follow sports, some news channels, whatever, couple businesses, and they don't really care about nothing else. And they got their family and their friends and probably everybody they went to high school and elementary school with, whatever. But damn, okay, clean. They ain't got no type of females they're following with their ass, titties all out, or they ain't got no profiles they're following with the dick prints all out, and like, come on, 6 pack all oiled down. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And I think we should all have the right to know ahead of time. Like, because if you're that type of dude, I'm not fucking with you. I don't want no parts of that. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be laying in the bed next to me in the middle of the fucking night and all of a sudden it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up and your ass is over there with your phone illuminating your whole entire fucking face and you're over there fucking doing God knows. Like, nah, bro. Oh, I'm on my Facebook. But what do you, like, that doesn't mean nothing? You all of a sudden, I notice you following mad different chicks. Like, yo, what the fuck? I'm not finding out later on and then fucking up my life because we didn't have this simple dialogue beforehand. Like, this is a new, this should be, it shouldn't be new, but it should be a requirement beforehand. Like, what type of life? It's one thing when you say, oh, I'm X, Y, and Z, and blah, 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 blah. But we don't ever, you don't get to see that unless you see how they're interacting. If they ain't interacting at all, then you definitely got somebody that's focused on the things that they should be focused on for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I'd say that's guaranteeing that a person is or isn't cheating, but if they're gonna do things and like things that you are opposed to when it comes to other individuals in their bodies and things like that, or just interacting with people that you would never allow those things under any other circumstances. Like you shouldn't. Like what the and especially if you had that conversation, it's, oh yeah, I don't be liking nobody's pictures, or I don't do all that, I don't be. Next thing you know, they see all these things. That's the poll. That's it.